It is Saturday, I think June 29th, 2024. So here's an issue I have. So my miter saw, when I'm cutting more recently, especially some of the ash wood that I saw, and I bring it down here to do some finish cuts, I wind up either tripping. That's only a 15 amp breaker, but usually what's been happening now is I trip the breaker in the panel box, so like all this stuff is on that one breaker. So the lights go off, the saw goes off, the bench is connected to it, so I'd like to separate that out. This computer bench I made when we lived for 2 years when we were first married in '85. I made that computer bench where we rented for 2 years. When we were first in this house, this was an office, and that computer bench was here. Let me turn the lights on because it's a little dark in here. And let's see, that pulls out. So that was the outlet with the house, and can you tell it's not an equipment ground. So I ran that outlet right there, which is the equipment ground, a 12 gauge copper wire and a 20 amp breaker from the panel. It's the only thing that's on there, and I wanted it to be the only thing because this used to be the computer bench. I didn't want it to be affected by other circuits and loads in the house, transients, and I wanted an equipment ground. So obviously the computer bench is not here, that outlet's not used anymore. I want to repurpose it, leave it, but also use that for the workshop circuit. This used to get plugged into here, which goes up and plugs into here, and that goes into this outlet. The switch turns off the lights in the room, but it also runs all the there's lights plugged into here, as well as another power strip which runs that. This isn't just another power strip for convenience to run these other lights, but I plugged the saw into there just to try to separate the loads, because I bought a new shop vac which draws more power, so that's been tripping the circuit breaker in the power strip. I plug it up there and I'm running the saw and the shop vac. It now trips the breaker in the box. So the intent is to separate that. And the table saw I plug into here. I like wheel it over and I plug into here. You can see that this goes extension cord and plugs into that outlet back there, which is part of the same circuit in here. So I like to bring that off so that when I'm running the table saw, it's not on the general lighting circuit, 15 amp lighting circuit. My proposed plan is to cut the wire here, put a box with an outlet over here, which I can then plug that power strip. Let's see, that saw goes up to that power strip, so that power strip's going to come over and plug into this new outlet, so it'll be on the 20 amp circuit. I'm going to then pull the rest of this wire back. I think we're going to pull it over to here, and then I'm going to put an outlet here, bring that wire over, run a new wire back there, because I have to get a new wire in there for the lengthwise, and that one will come down along here and power this. So this power strip for the table saw will be on a 20 amp circuit, and that new outlet will power this power strip, which will power my miter saw, and then this will be shop vac will be on the drill press, and the bandsaw will be on a general lighting circuit. And if need be, I could actually just move that over to that power strip. So I purchased this a while ago, so obviously this will be going up there, and an outlet And this box will be going up over here, and then we'll make it all work. Alright, so drawings. There's the upstairs bedroom. I showed you that. That's the existing outlet B20. B21 is the new outlet I put in, which I believed was the only thing on that circuit. But when we look at the panel schedule here, we see 21's only a 15 amp instead of a 20 amp, although I ran 12 gauge wire. And I've added, instead of just the office, there's no cabinet lights in basement. So if we go over to circuit loading for 21, we have that office outlet, but we also have a cellar light, 12 kitchen cabinet lights, and a kitchen water filter. So there's more on that. So here's first floor, and I guess when we remodeled, see, we got the note 1 says there's 12 cabinet lights. We have the water filter outlet, and then over here we have somehow we've connected this one light in the basement. I'm not exactly sure how we did that, but anyways, there's more things on that circuit than just the one, and it's a 15 amp breaker, probably because like this, I would guess, and we'll go look, but I'm guessing that was an existing 14 gauge copper circuit with a 15 amp breaker, because that was an existing outlet. So here's that outlet, and you can kind of see that's old existing wire. I'm not sure how we connected that in there. That runs back to that panel. That's where the breaker is in that panel. So that's going to be problematic. Right, so here we are. So these are lights underneath, and hold this there, and the other switch does under cabinet lights that we put in. You can see cabinet lights in here, which makes it really nice. So we have the under cabinet, the in cabinet, and there's the outlet for the water filter. Run off of that too. So after further review on the field, this circuit 21 15 amp breaker is not going to probably be the right choice to run new outlets for in here. You can see we have a whole bunch of more lights and stuff connected than when this drawing was done way back in, I think, 07. Is that what it says? 07. Yeah, so we have to update this. And we got a bunch more lights in this section too that we put in. And a whole bunch more lights over here, so I guess it's time to update that when we fix these. Yeah, so let's go to Plan B. We should probably call it Plan C, because this is panel C. This is a sub panel we recently put in for the air conditioning and circuits in here, so we got a lot of space in here. So I'm thinking we're probably going to have to put a 20 amp breaker in here and then run the wires come through that chase right there that we made. One for low voltage, one for 120 volts, and we'll have to come and somehow come over this way and get into here. So we'll have to find a route. And that's what we'll do. We'll put a outlet there and an outlet over there, and we will not interrupt the existing circuit, because that will not be beneficial. You can guys see the wires coming from there. I think we're going to run it this way, and then what we had done is, this is for the AC unit, and we had drilled a little bit oversized holes to make it easier to pull wires, but also to pull additional wires. I think we're going to run it down here, and then we can just follow the joist right into the workshop. So these pieces still are good, but after all that, I'm not in the mood to get started on this project because I probably have some wire to use. Not the other breaker, but it's after dinner. I'm getting tired. I think we're just gonna pause on this one and regroup.